Good afternoon.
It got more publicity than any other speech in American history. It was Melania's speech, Gettysburg Address.
Her and the children, none of them have offered any of these sort of anecdotes that you would expect.
Tiffany did.
Maybe, well,
a friend dropped dead, my dad gave me a call. Unless somebody that Tiffany knows personally dies,
Right.
Dad doesn't call.
Right. It looked like the podium at the May Day parade, but not Moscow, more like in Latvia.
I don't blame the kids. That's their blood. Like I didn't blame OJ's mother for supporting OJ. But do people realize that if they are electing Donald Trump, really the people who are going to be running the country are douchebag von fuckface Trump.
Right. That's exactly what.
Thurston Shitbag III.
And this is what's going to happen on inaugural day. He's going to walk into the White House and go, "What a dump." And he's like, "I'm not going to live in a little house like this." And he's going to say, "You kids live here. I'm going to go buy an estate out in Fairfax."
He wanted to have the vice president run the country.
Right. He said,
Yeah.
apparently, Don Jr. said to John Kasich, would you like to be vice president? You can be in charge of domestic affairs and foreign affairs.
Yeah.
You know, all of it. He's doing the work in Washington. Trump is standing at the wall. Make it higher!
People are in denial, I think, about this, but the chance of him winning is really, really good.
I agree. Ghostwriter of the best-selling The Art of the Deal, Tony Schwartz. I wrote Art of the Deal. Donald Trump read it. I find that hard to believe.
Well, he doesn't care about anyone.
You know him personally. You
I
spend a lot of time.
18 months following this man around.
Okay. But is there this other Trump?
There is no other Trump. I am here because Donald Trump has successfully muzzled now for 20, 25 years all of those people who know who he actually is. I started this book before he started building these incredible confidentiality agreements that did effectively muzzle people.
And he's suing you.
He's suing me. I knew he would sue me.
Join the club. It was second to the Bible, but just the second best book ever. So congratulations on that, Tony. You've written Moses.
I can say with great confidence Donald Trump has not read a book other than those written for him in his adult life. That's a very... No, but I don't say that jokingly. He has an incredibly short attention span. I'm not here to diagnose what that means, but he is incapable of absorbing information for very long.
We might look back and think this was the big story. Roger Ailes out at Fox News. Yeah. When I hear people, and I hear them all the time, say things like, Barack Obama ruined this country and did it on purpose. That's Fox News. Nothing has changed politics in America, I think, more in the last...
Because they've reset reality. They've decided that actually...
Well put, yes.
They've reset reality. They've introduced this whole concept of truthiness, and Donald Trump is now the epitome of it.
Sent away with $50 million, but his monster lives.
But he's also a political... I mean, he's a political strategist, you know, of the Nixon era that really is sort of unparalleled in terms of what he was able to do to use media, you know, in a purely sort of very... you know, overtly political vein. I don't know that there's a successor to him.
And O'Reilly and Hannity are threatening to leave.
Oh, please, God.
I know, this week could be the beginning.
That's just a bluff. They want the money. They're not going anywhere.
Can I say this? When you say that he hasn't read a book in his adult life, you've just described the majority of Americans.
Look,
and we had 8 years of it.
I'm sure you're right. There are plenty of people who don't read. However, I don't think that most people in the end want somebody in that office who is really ignorant.
Because his skin is so thin. This is the way to bring him down. If during the debate, if Hillary, seriously, if you and I had an hour with her in debate prep, we would give her the comedy shiv. It just needs to go underneath the skin.
What conservatives used to say about Iraq, I say to Rudy Giuliani's dentist, go back and finish the job. New rule, if you really want to show your deep respect for women, don't point at your wife's tits the same way you point at your steaks. And by the way, anyone who thinks Roger Ailes isn't guilty of sexual harassment must tell me why he had so many dildos around the office.